we'll talk about it. Let's go through them. The
go.
First one, To All a Good Night, since it came out before.
Yeah.
The other came out in 1980. This film, I was reading some stuff about it, reading some Did You Knows. And Media Home Entertainment, I don't know if they finance films or how that works, but there's a lot of stuff that I've seen that media's released that looks like it was just done okay, here's 10 days, make a movie. And they don't care about the quality of it. They don't care how it looks, And that's the case with this film. It reminded me very much of Home Sweet Home, or and it was another media release, maybe Terror on Tour, in just the way that it looked. It looked so fucking cheap and just, low budget that, it looked like it was, and I was reading, and it was made in 10 days, this film was. The interesting thing about this film is, though, and I've never seen anybody really reference this, this was a slasher film where a killer is dressed up as Santa Claus, and this is pre-Silent Night, Deadly Night. So I thought it was interesting.
Right.
Are you there?
I am.
And nobody ever references that. So I was a little surprised about it. This predates Silent Night, Deadly Night by 4 years.
Yeah.
And I just watched this movie for the first time, Steve.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And you'd seen it, I guess, semi-recently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw it. I think Dana mentioned it, and I said, well, I'll just go ahead and watch it. And it's, I think we discussed the quality of it, so it kind of tears it. I wouldn't say it's a bad slasher, but I don't know if it has anything extra to make it stand out other than the Christmas setting.
The thing is, though, if you look at it, like I was saying, just the, and I want to be honest, it's not a good movie. I'm not going to fucking bullshit you and say, oh, fuck yeah, it's fucking killer. But it's, it's kind of a run-of-the-mill slasher, from that era, I would say. Reminded me, probably the best way to describe it's what I was saying earlier, it reminded me of the Home Sweet Home, and just the quality of it, because it was made for fucking, it says the budget on here was $70,000, which I'm even shocked that it even cost that much. But I guess most of it was paid to the crew or something. I have no fucking idea. But the whole plot of the movie pretty much is, it's just like any other slasher movie from the 80s. A group of teenagers at a girls' school, I think, are planning a party with some boys, and one by one get picked off by a killer in a Santa suit. And the thing that I love about slasher films that, this film's doesn't really have at all, and the film we're going to talk about next really has a lot of, is the creative death scenes and just maybe makeup effects, gore effects. You don't really get any of that in To All a Good Night. And even if you did, the cinematography's so fucking dark looking, you wouldn't be able to see any of it anyway. It'd be like, the blood would look like fucking, I don't know, oil or something. But, it is interesting in the fact that David Hess directed it, and it is a killer Santa in a way, pre-Silent Night, Deadly Night, which I was intrigued by.
Well, I mean, one movie that we didn't talk about is Christmas Evil, and that's kind of 1980, I believe, something around there.
That's true. That is.
And he was Killer Santa kind of as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, the difference is in that movie is you kind of always know it's some crazy dude.
Right.
And this one, you don't really know who it is. It's just a Santa Claus
slasher.
Yeah, and they keep it kind of a secret until the big unveil, and you're like, what?
Or like it's more like who?
Yeah. But To All a Good Night, it's one of those movies that, do you think this will ever receive a DVD release of any sort?
I mean, it's not like somebody goes on about this. I mean, something like Curtains, which doesn't get a lot of talk, but people like it, and it, in the cult community, it gets a lot of talk. And I think, Synapsis or someone's bringing it out on Blu-ray. So I just don't see people talking about this movie enough to be released. Maybe it'll get released in a double feature or a triple feature, perhaps. But unless they can find a better print of this movie somewhere and to at least show it so people can see what the hell's going on, I just don't know if it'll ever come out.
Since Dana's chiming in, though, does she have any memories from To All a Good Night? I would imagine she would have enjoyed the film.
Yeah, here she comes. Hold on.
Hi, Wes.
Hello, Dana. How are you?
I'm fine, but Steve's headset is a little big on my head.
Steve's got a melon head. He's like me. To All a Good Night. Do you have any memories on that film? Do you like it?
I like it. I think Steve said it was kind of slow, but I think you either like it or you hate it. I don't think there's any in between with this movie. But I think it has some good kills in it. The only thing that is bad about it is I have yet to find a print that's not so dark.
I don't think it exists. I think whatever they used, maybe natural lighting, is probably the reason. Probably the reason it looks so bad. If I was guessing. So I don't know how they would fix that if they come out with an official DVD. I don't think there would be a way. Maybe that's why there's not a DVD of it.
Well, it might be the case like with Prom Night. Like the VHS of Prom Night when it first came out were good, and then the early DVD releases were really, really dark during the kill shots.
Right.
And then finally, I can't remember if it was Echo Bridge or who put that one out that looked really good. You could see everything on it.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I mean, like Steve was saying, I don't think there's a big demand for this movie to come out on DVD, but who knows? I mean, maybe
I think
eventually.
People probably don't know about it.
That's true. I'd never seen the film until the other night. So. But, yeah, I kind of enjoyed it. I didn't think it was that bad or anything. When it comes to I'm not a big fan of the media home entertainment video stuff usually, but this one wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this one wasn't too bad. I got to say it was decent.
Wasn't Terror on Tour media home entertainment?
Yep.
See?
We mentioned that earlier, and Home Sweet Home was another one.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I was telling Steve this, they both kind of look, I mean, not in the lighting aspect, but just the budget of the films. They kind of look similar to this one, I thought. Just very, very low budget, just, kind of thrown together real quick.
Yeah. I think that's probably what that video label was known for, just these thrown together movies that probably didn't get a wide release, and that's probably why not a lot of people have heard of them. Well,
I think they did a really good job on the artwork of all those films, and that's probably one of the big things they probably spent more of their money on. Just tricking the people to rent them, I guess.
A special thank you goes out to our supporters on Patreon. The Patreon website has a complete archive of the Dead Pit Radio shows starting way back in 2005, in addition to all of the midweek shows archived, commentaries, all that good stuff. If you're interested, and we appreciate all the support, go to www.patreon.com/IntoTheDeadPit. Tiers start as low as $1 per month.